There, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of May I Scraplift You. Today I am scraplifting "Cause We Love to Scrap." I like that. It's a cool name. And I really liked this layout, and I've had the perfect photo for it. And I actually had the perfect cut file for it in my stash. So I did not have to go and cut that cut file. It was already in my stash from back when I did Creative Cuts Club. And so this is a photo of my mom, and this photo was just taken like mid-May, and that is one of her very dear friends. It's one of her best friends. Her name is Jan, and they have known each other since kindergarten, so 70 plus years of friendship right here in this photo. And to me, that is something that definitely needs to be documented. They don't see each other all the time. There have been times in their lives where they've gone without talking for, several months, or I don't know if it's been years, but several months at a time. But they always pick up where they left off. And, everybody should be so lucky to have a friendship like that in their lives. So I definitely wanted to scrap it. In the photo, my mom does have a little bit of a black eye left over from her fall and her knee injury. But she is doing much better, and it's just taking time for that to heal. So I pulled out some washi tape with the hearts, and the black one has little tiny leaves on it. And then I was going to use a red washi tape across there, but I didn't like it. So I pulled out this ribbon that has kind of like a copper edge to it. And I just used a little bit of the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to adhere it down. And I'm folding it over to the back and putting some Scotch tape on it to just make sure that it holds. I could put washi on there, but sometimes washi peels off a little bit too easy, so that's why I decided to go with the Scotch tape. And then the cut file, I decided I wanted to use the right hand side of it with the flowers over to the right of the photo, so that is why I cut it apart there. I also did not like the hearts showing through at the bottom of the cut file, and I didn't like the cut file right sitting on top of it. I wanted it kind of nestled down a bit, so I went ahead and just trimmed that out with my pen blade, and I like how that looks a lot better. So I didn't make you sit through watching me back a cut file. If that is something that you are interested in, I have a lot of videos on cut files. I have a playlist for cut files, and you can go and watch me back cut files over there, because it's very time consuming, and I didn't want to make you sit through that whole process. So I did fussy cut out these pink hearts from the Jen Hadfield Heart of Home collection. I was going to say that backwards. The Heart of Home collection. One of the papers had a bunch of these pink flowers, so I just fussy cut those out. And I am going to fussy cut some flowers from the paper that's off to the right hand side. I also want to make sure that I have some leaves, so I pulled out a couple of leaf dies, and I am using the same paper to run through this Stampin' Up! Mini die cut machine that I borrowed from a friend, because I'm at a crop when I am making this layout. So you can see the paper there. It's a piece of paper out of my stash. And so I'm just making sure the dies are over the green part. And I really like that it kind of gives a variegated look rather than just like a flat cardstock, so that the leaves have extra interest in them rather than just being like a solid green. So that's why I tend to use pattern paper for all of these types of things. I also use that same paper to back all of the leaves of the cut file, so they do match. So I'm just adding a little glue to the back of the cut file there, and I'm going to go ahead and get that laid down exactly where I want it, lined up with the opening of the washi tape at the bottom there. And then I'm going to do the other side. If I had thought about it, I would have cut a little bit below the hinge, because there is a little hinge piece that kind of holds it on. But I didn't think about it, so the door to the right is separate, but you're not going to see that because it's covered up by the photo. So I'm going to get the photo laid down. I did get the cut file adhered to the back of the photo so that it's just where I want it. And I want to make sure everything is lined up nice and straight. And I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. So now I'm just going to start playing with the extra flowers that I cut out and scatter those around. And I am going to, like I said, I'm going to cut some of the little flowers out of that pink paper or pinky paper to the right hand side. When you don't see it on the light pink, those flowers match really well. I think when I put the papers next to each other, the light pink of the paper on the right hand side doesn't look quite like the paper on the left hand side. It doesn't match well enough, at least for me. So that's why I decided I'm just going to cut some of those out and see how it works. I did pull this title. It's an acrylic title from Color Cast Designs, and it says magical on it. And I am adding some enamel, not enamel. I'm adding some pop dots, not pop dots, glue dots to the back of it. I'm nothing dimensional, just flat. Actually, it's Zot's Bling that I am using to adhere that down. And I decided to use the title magical because their friendship is magical. I don't know a lot of people who have friends that, well, obviously not for 70 years, but I don't know hardly anyone that has a friend from kindergarten still in their lives that is even my age. So the fact that these two have remained friends for so long is just really special. She's been a special person in my life, my daughter's life, and you know, our families know each other fairly well, and her husband actually was the officiant for my daughter's wedding. Yeah, they're just super special. I call her Mrs. Jan, and she's amazing. So definitely a light in our lives. So I am going to finish adhering all of these flowers. I did cup the little ones that were cut from the right hand paper, and I just kind of like cupped up the edges, so only the center of it is actually tacked down with liquid glue. I'm using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to adhere those down. It's my favorite glue. I did use some foam tape underneath the individual roses to kind of pop those up and give some added dimension. I apologize that I'm off screen. I am out of crop, like I mentioned, and when I go to crops and my setup's different, sometimes I just don't realize where the boundaries are, and so that is my bad. I apologize for that. But you will get to see the entire layout coming up towards the end of the video. There's not a whole lot going on down below where it says magical anyway. I will be doing my journaling directly below that, and you're going to see me do a little bit of that on camera. And basically just I'm talking about their friendship and what a special person she is to our family. So I'm adding a few labels. Those labels are from the Paige Evans Bungalow Lane sticker book. And I'm liking the way that that's looking. I'm adding a little bit of white Dilutions splatter just to kind of finish it off. And then I will be adding a few sequins in just a bit as well. To kind of finish it off. The sequins are just kind of placed here and there. There's only probably like 5 on each side, so that's not a lot of sequins, but I really like the way that it just gives a little added extra sparkle. I'm using my 0.38 Muji black gel pen to go ahead and do my journaling on here, writing a little bit small because I know that I'm going to have quite a bit to say about the two of them together, and about her place in our hearts. So that is it. That is the final layout. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have questions or comments, you can leave them down below. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed it. You can definitely see the sequins there if you're looking. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back again tomorrow with another May I Scraplift You video. I hope you have a great day. Take care. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe. Bye-bye.